Hi, guys. Welcome. I hope that you're doing fine. Huh? Today is the 4th, guys. We only have today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we are going to know what we have been waiting for, guys. But first of all, I'm so happy. I'm so excited this morning just to thank you guys. We have reached 4,000 subscribers. And had it not been you guys, I couldn't even be there. So just to express my thanks for watching my videos, for liking them, for giving them a thumbs up, all that, for asking questions, because, your questions, they help me to create the content that I normally create for you guys. So just guys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to do a video because we reached 4,000 subscribers on Monday. Actually, when I woke up on Monday morning, I saw it was 4,000. Sorry, and I wanted to do a video that day, but unfortunately, I had to go to school. This is my last week, and then we are gonna close school, and you're just gonna start rolling. That is why you can see that it's been like I've been taking like some time to do some videos because I'm just really concentrating on my exams so that I finish strong. I finish strong, guys. So I just like to encourage you in whatever that you are doing, do it to the best, guys. Do it to the best, and just have hope. It's good to have hope. I know that we are living in hard times. So today I'm going to talk about the issue of marriage. Marriage in the DV lottery, because I've had that question it keeps on popping up. It keeps on popping up. And I feel like I want to do just a part of the DV instructions about the marriage so that we see where we stand, because it's very, very important for us to know. So my name is Charity Nganga. This is Charity's Bible USA, and here I am. We are going to talk about marriage. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. I know my little studio looks like it's in a mess. There are books. There are so many books everywhere because I'm still in the process of studying. But don't worry about that. So let's talk about marriage in the DV, because they have instructions, and we don't get lost. When a good student always follows instructions. So when we read the instructions, maybe we will understand better. And I understand where this question is coming from, because the people we started with, we have had new people, and I have to remind you about this information so that you do not get lost. So I am going to read from the DV 2023 instructions. Let me add here to the stream. And then I am gonna go, because the questions are normally very, very many, but they try to categorize them so that you can excuse me, so that you can know what you need. Let me first of all, one more thing that I almost forgot. There's this question of one of the viewers had asked me about education, and I'm going to read number 12, because I feel like I should answer that question too. So she had said that they had not gone to high school, but they had a very good business, and she was asking if they could use that in the DV lottery. Now, what do the instructions say? The instructions say highest level of education you have achieved, instruction number 12, as today. So is it primary school only? Is it some high school or no diploma? Is it high school diploma? Is it a vocational school? Some university courses, university degree, some graduate level courses, a master degree, some doctoral level degree courses, a doctorates. So it has listed everybody, right? From primary school or whatever. But when you have won your DV, what are they going to look at? What is like the minimum requirement? They do require a high school diploma. Like, that's for sure. They do require a high school diploma. But if you have gone to high school, then you have to prove, you have to have work experience, something called work experience for not less than 2 years. And there's a website that I am going to stick on the comment section. It's called o.net. I think I should, when I'm editing my video, I'm going to put that website over there so that you can go there and see which job level qualifies. Which job level qualifies. And this video here, I had done it earlier. It talks about that, guys. So it is very, very important for you to know if you have a high school diploma. Some of them normally say, I am a teacher, and I've been teaching for so and so. If you're a teacher, of course you had gone to high school, you know, so you should not worry so much because the minimum requirement is a high school diploma. If you do not have a high school diploma, guys, you must show them work experience, and they have some levels. And I'm going to pin this video here so that we look at those levels and go to o.net. The website is called o.net, guys, so that you can read the category. So I hope that that one is good. Question number 13, let us look about current marital status. And I'm going to read this one, and I hope that I am going to be clear because I cannot invent my own things. We have to read from the instructions. So when you filled out your DV lottery, you are either unmarried. If you are single, then you clicked on the unmarried. Married, and my spouse is not a US citizen or a US lawful permanent resident. That means you are married and your husband or your wife has never come to the US and gotten a green card. So that is where you fail. And I know there's most people, a majority of people fall on there, especially if your spouse has never attempted to come to the US, because in the US it's only where we have a lawful permanent resident. So you indicate that place because they have a slot that you take. Now, married and my spouse is a US citizen or a US legal permanent resident. That is number 3. That means that you are married, yes, but your spouse had come here and they became a legal permanent resident, or they became a US citizen. You will go there. And when your husband is a US citizen or a US legal permanent resident, when you have selected that option, then you do not have to answer so many questions about your spouse because they are already a US citizen, they are already a legal permanent resident, they have gone through the process of the DV lottery or any other, because there are other ways that you can achieve the green card. Now, if you are divorced and you have legal papers, not just divorced, you know, the way like you are living in the same apartment or the same house and then you just walked out. That is not the one. Divorced and you have gone to court and you have a divorce decree. That means it's like a marriage certificate, but this one said that your marriage is no longer valid. You people do no longer live with each other. You people do not agree with one another. That is there. If you are widowed, your spouse died. If your spouse died, then you entered widowed or legally separated. They say legally, not just separation because you had a conflict and you decided to go and stay for yourself for a little bit. This one has to have some documentation from a legal department, from a lawyer, you know, that you are legally separated. And I am going to go to why, after I read these instructions, I am going to go to why these confusions comes in when it comes to marriage. Now, what do they want you to do? They wanted you to enter. Let me scroll up here so that I can see. I hope I can. Okay. They want you to enter. Oh, where am I? I'm getting lost. Okay. So they want you to enter the name, the date of birth, the gender, city, town of birth, and country of birth of your spouse. They want you to enter the information just like you entered as the primary applicant, and a photograph of your spouse meeting the same technical specifications as your photo. I have done that video about the photograph. Now, failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone who is not your spouse will make you ineligible as the DV principal applicant and your spouse and children ineligible as DV derivative applicants. And I told you derivatives, they benefit from the primary applicant's visa. You must list your spouse even if you're currently separated from him or her, unless you are legally separated. I am reading from the DV 2023 instructions. Legal separation is an arrangement when a couple remain married, but they live apart following a court order. They have explained very, very well that you must have a court order for that. If you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you through the DV program. That is, if you are separated and you have that paper, they are not going to benefit from your DV. If you win, you will not be penalized if you choose to enter the name of a spouse from whom you are legally separated. So you entered your spouse's name, but you have that documentation to show that you're legally separated. They are not going to penalize you. If you are not legally separated by a court order, now this is the most important part, I believe. You must include your spouse, even if you plan to divorce, before you apply for the diversity visa. You must do that before you apply for the diversity visa. Now, let's look. So, or your spouse does not intend to immigrate. So you have to include them, even if they do not intend to go with you. You have to include them. If your spouse is a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, do not list him or her in your entry. A spouse who is already a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident will not required to be issued a visa. Therefore, if you select married and my spouse is a U.S. citizen or a U.S. legal permanent resident on your entry, you will not be prompted to include further information of your spouse. So it's very, 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 very important, guys. It's of paramount importance for you guys to know this information. Now, there's this lady who she has a husband. The husband doesn't want to come, but they are still married. Now, we are Africans, and DV lottery, I normally tell you guys, it doesn't change our customs. Our customs will remain. When we get married customarily, because you guys know, and I've talked about this before, that when a girl gets married in an African home, they are rites that have to be performed. Before the man is given permission for the white wedding, he has to pay bride price. That is what majority do, because that's our custom. So you have been living for a long time, and I'm going to give my own example. I like to give my own examples, guys. I have been married to my husband for a long time. We had gone and paid our dowry price, but we were not legally married. What do I mean by that? We didn't have that paper. Let me hold a paper. We didn't have that marriage certificate to show that we were married, but we were married in the real sense, because we were customarily married. We had children. So what did we do? When we won our DV lottery, when we did our DS260, because after I told you we did separate entries and we included each other. So when we did that, what did we do? We went and legalized our marriage to get the paper. That did not change that. The paper doesn't change anything, because we had made married. But here in the US, it's a little bit different. When you get married to someone, you must have a marriage certificate. If you don't have a marriage certificate, here they say, that's my boyfriend. Even if they have lived with them for 10 years, that is my boyfriend, that is my girlfriend. So what are you trying to do? You are trying to make it legal. So they are not gonna start asking you, oh, why did you do this? Even them, they have read about the culture. They know it's diverse, and that's why it's called a diversity visa. Because when you come to the US, you're bringing something new. You're bringing with you a new culture. They do not expect you to leave your culture behind, and then you come here and you forget about it. No. So if you are married, indeed married, please include your, it's not going to be a problem when you go to get your marriage certificate. Another thing that I want to talk about is that you filled your DV lottery in October, and you got married in November, or you got married in December. It happens, guys. It does happen, because I told you DV lottery doesn't stop your life. No, it doesn't. You got married. Maybe you had planned with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend that you are going to get married at this time. You have your status has changed. So they will give you an option in your DS260 to report a life change. But if you check this Saturday and then you go get married on Monday, that's going to bring you a problem, because you had indicated that you are single, and then now you want to add this person. Sometimes it can be a problem, because that one you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that that person is not coming there for a benefit, that person is truly your spouse. And that's where the problem comes in. So, and I kept, because I knew that this question would come on, I kept saying when we were applying the DV lottery, and this one will apply even to those people who will apply for the DV lottery this year, please. If you are filling out the DV lottery and you know that is the person, like you know this is the person that I want to marry, why don't you just apply as you apply for each other? But if you check your results on Saturday, guys, and you had applied as a single, and You now you want to change. Now you're married, then you have some explaining to do. I'm not gonna say that yes or no, whatever, but you have some explaining to do, because there will be like after May 7 is when this person got married. Why did that happen? They want to know. But if you tell the truth, this thing is all about honesty. If you have told the truth from the beginning, you will have a very smooth sailing. Your interview is not even going to last more than 10 minutes. When you are conversing with the consular, of course, the other processes before you give them your paperwork, before you get your fingerprinted, of course, that's going to take a long time. But if you have everything in order, and when you have been selected, they will, you will get. They keep on communicating with you, and that's why I told you the email is very important. So, guys, that is how it is. I have read from the instructions. So, if you want to add that person, but deep down in your heart is that is not the truth, then I would say that you'd rather not. Because most people, and I normally tell you, it's not, don't be so much afraid when you're going to the American embassy, because those people are humans. They're human beings. And if you are going with your truth, then you won't be scared. Now, you do not want to add stress. You're already stressed. It's like a test. Like me, when I'm going to do a test, I have a lot of anxiety, like so much anxiety that before I enter the whatever the test, I have like to take some deep breaths, like really deep breaths, because I have very bad anxiety when I am having a test. It's the same thing. You are going for an interview. We have heard all these stories because you are not going to escape from the stories. So there is that human in you that is scared. But if you are going with the truth, you are not going to mess up. You will be okay. If your truth is on that paperwork, you've done all that they require, and you have followed the instructions that I have read for you, then you'll be fine, guys. You'll be fine. So I just needed to clarify that, because it's very, very important. I am not going to talk about the host right now, because we have not checked. After we check, then we will see what we can do about the host. So I hope that this video is going to help someone who is stuck on that on that question of marriage. But if you have been married for 10 years, you have kids, you have evidence. Oh my gosh. And that's what we did. And I've talked about that several times, that we didn't have a marriage certificate, because it is not required in Africa for you to have a marriage certificate for them to say that you're legally married. No, it is not. Because they acknowledge Africans, we acknowledge our customary marriage, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's our culture. We have to be proud of our culture. So guys, do not get it mixed up. And if you have any other question, please don't hesitate to type it there, and I am going to answer it for you to the best of my knowledge. Now we're going to go with the book. We go and read from the source. I do not want to, we read from the source, and then we try to explain, because it's important. And for more information, just go to travel.state.gov and read. My work here is just to come and try to make you understand, and just to calm your fears, and to wish you all the best. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for Saturday. I cannot wait for Saturday. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Kindly, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and I will see you in another video. God bless you.